And call the member for Dunkley.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. I rise today to speak about a significant concern for my electorate of Dunkley. And I refer to an article in yesterday's HeraldSun which mentions that Premier Daniel Andrews of the Victorian government won't rule out Skyrail on the Frankston line. And he said that a decision will be made quite soon. I'm very concerned that the Labor state government is not listening to the people. And I shouldn't have to get up here as the federal member to talk about a primarily state issue, but the state government is just not listening. And let's look, for example, at what has happened at the Cranbourne-Dandenong line and the protests that continue around the state government's decisions on Skyrail on that line. Even the local council has said they don't want to go ahead with rail under road at two-level crossings in Frankston and Seaford, and don't want one to go ahead altogether because they want to remove the road crossing. During my campaign, I went to a number of different community events and community meetings on Skyrail where hundreds of people turned up. Labor tried to deceive people months ago at the state level in Victoria, noting that they wouldn't be doing Skyrail, when all they ruled out was continuous Skyrail between level crossings. They didn't rule going up, which is the residents' main concern. They also deceived people regarding the water table, making rail under road not possible, whereas engineers say it is possible and it has been done elsewhere. Many concerns have been raised with me from residents about Skyrail, in particular privacy into their houses and their yards, particularly around their children. Noise. RAMs are concerns which impact at a federal level as well regarding the Seaford wetlands, and Inga Powledge, the state member for South East Melbourne Metropolitan Region, has particularly raised these concerns. The losses of amenity, the ruining of the beauty of our bayside suburbs, particularly as with cut and cover you could even build a park or a greater accessibility on top. And the opposition, Daniel Andrews, the opposition leader, Matthew Guy, my apologies, has said that we have this government who wants to put dirty, great big Skyrails, elevated railway, which you would not do anywhere else in the world on your most visually beautiful parts of your city. New York wouldn't do it on Long Island. The south of France wouldn't do it along the coast near Marseille. Also, other issues have been raised about reducing of house prices, the harm to businesses and the economy, the visual bulk, especially when Skyrail, and then you have the train, and then you have the gantry. The amount of metres going up is atrocious. There's also the impact on freight trains and the impact that has on the service of freight trains, but also the impact to residents in terms of additional noise, as well as crime and graffiti, and the lack of future consideration, when ideally in the long run, like in most major cities around the world, we should be going underground.
Time has expired. I thank the member.